When you talk out loud, the shooter can tell where you are and where you're hiding. Sometimes we play the game who can stay quietest the longest, so we all remember. You can try and protect your friends by pushing the tables and chairs against the doors. You also have to put a piece of paper over the door window so they can't see in.
I don't want to have to go to school every day with the weight on my shoulders, knowing that any day, the future I was working for at school never existed.
I definitely feel like our country's leaders are not doing enough. I really feel like they're not doing anything right now.
When you look at what's going on right now, it seems like, unfortunately, every time there's a mass shooting, I can tell you firsthand the first thing we all ought to do is pray.
As a 13-year-old, seeing all the things that are in the news, it kind of scares me a little that so many people are allowed to have guns.
In the right hands, lives can be saved too. All we need to do is regard the actions of Stephen Williford. When he heard the gunshots going off in the church, he grabbed his AR-15, what some people call an assault rifle. It's a semi-automatic legal weapon. Took that gun and he shot at this killer to try to stop him from killing more people. And he was successful.
In the Constitution, there's a part that said all man has the right to bear a gun.
It consists of 3 parts. Your lock, which is this metal mechanism right here, your stock, which is the wooden part right here, and your smoothbore barrel, which is this long metal tube right here. Right? Hence the phrase, lock, stock, and barrel.
And
right?
I don't think when they wrote that, I don't think they knew that the technology would get to the point where there would be guns that would be invented that could shoot far ranges and shoot a lot of ammunition in a short period of time.
I feel like they should just start looking at the facts and the statistics and start making laws about it.
There are an estimated 3 million American children exposed to shootings per year, and how does that make you feel?
It doesn't surprise me because a lot of myself and my family and a lot of people that I know have been exposed to gun violence, severely exposed and affected by it. So I feel for them, every one of those 3 million people.
During Beto O'Rourke's presidential campaign, we attended his Phoenix rally where he had a strong stance on how gun violence affects his hometown of El Paso.
When that weapon comes in, the killer's mother calls the police in Allen, Texas, and says, "What does my son need with this? He's not in the military. You do not need it to hunt. It's no use for self-defense in your home. What do I do?" And because, although it is not okay, it is perfectly legal in the state of Texas, the police in Allen said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do." And that young man with that firearm, fueled by hatred, that has long been a part of this country, in fact, a foundational racism that has been with us as long as we have been.
I will use my voice as a vote until I am old enough to put my ballot in. The people who won't be able to vote are the ones with the most future ahead of them. So they are the ones who will be able to implement change. I want the president to be aware of this.
I think viable solutions to the issue of gun violence is mainly just understanding why it's happening and taking the correct action, providing more mental health support in schools and in workplaces.
I joined with 279 mayors to write a letter to the United States Senate. We asked them to pass common sense legislation on protections for our communities. We wanted to make sure that our law enforcement have the tools they need to keep our communities safe, including tracing guns and understanding how guns are trading. Sandy Hook was one of the hardest days, I think, in our country, in particular. The idea that our very youngest could be vulnerable was a new wake-up for those of us who now have gone through shooting after shooting. As a mayor, I worry constantly about, are we ready? What could we be doing to be ready?
We are saying no more. We are here to say we are United States of America and we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. United America!